Testing. Yes. But I will announce it. 30 seconds to the intro. Copy. I forget I do have house to have. I do have house to have. I ain't have feelings. No feelings. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CARIFESTAXV 15 at the historic Queen's Park Steel Shed. This evening's presentation is produced by the National Performing Entities from the National Academy for the Performing Arts of Trinidad and Tobago, in conjunction with the Ministry of Culture and Community Development of Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the National Anthem of Barbados and the National Anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. You may be seated. This evening's presentation is entitled Beat of the Caribbean, under the direction of Dr. Mia Gorman de Benjamin, and Mr. Marvin Dorridge, the National Steel Symphony Orchestra and the National Theatre Arts Company of Trinidad and Tobago will take a musical theatrical journey through the rhythmic vibrations of the Caribbean. This evening, we have the distinct honor of having the members of the National Academy for the Performing Arts management team with us, Ms. Alyssa Adams, General Manager, Ms. Faith Douglas, Operations Manager, and Mr. Rondell Allen, Programs Director. Now, we welcome to the stage Dr. Mia Gormandy Benjamin, Artistic Musical Director of the National Steel Symphony Orchestra.
Tired. Let me pass. Oh God, I'm tired like that.
Listen that.
Who are the cooler? It's just sunny.
Yeah, no cooler.
Wait, who are the cooler?
What cooler?
Do I say you had it?
What do you mean by that?
Are you leaving there?
Yeah, I'm not going back
To me. They want a musical change in pan.
All right.
Well, I didn't tell them yet.
So what do you say?
Okay.
But I didn't tell them no.
So you didn't answer. Well, I didn't tell them yes.
So all of you singing now.
But I didn't tell them no.
Let me try something. Go high, eh?
Well, I didn't tell them yes. But I didn't tell them no. All right, let me paint a little scene.
Okay.
Night falls on the hills of Lavantil. The world has stopped warring for the second time. But here, cares like burdens rest on the shoulders of the old, while joy springs in the hearts of those who are alive. Some lights come on. You know, some wooden fires and kerosene stove and coal pots.
Daisy,
Yes, Pa.
come inside, it's getting dark.
Oh God, Pa, 5 more minutes, please.
I said no.
Well, I didn't tell them yes.
But I didn't tell them no. You know, I remember a time when it had just come out. Yes, I remember a time.
I remember the first time I heard it, Pa. Olio, that was the sweetest song in all the land. Daddy, you're telling me, no, that is not for me. That is for the boys and big man.
That's true, right?
No. What Ole can't understand is I just hear the wrong note in every pan.
You're fancy.
When they play a C and it was supposed to be a D or a G and it's supposed to be an E and they have uncle shouting and quarreling plenty. Ole, I can't say for sure what's left in store, but as long as them going and play I lineman with Ole some more.
Yeah, right.
Young lady, I say get inside now.
Go inside if I don't talk.
They say to me they want a musical change in pan. Well, I didn't tell them yes, but I didn't tell them no. I say, well, gentlemen, I go and do the best I can. As long as you challenge me, I gonna have a go. They all indicated that they were getting bored. Oh, this song ain't good enough, and they would appreciate something new. So I thought it's best to change to the minor chord. So
Oh, yeah!
What? Yeah, now, that is Pan as it is today. But I remember when Pan never sounded that way.
Well, I remember when Pan used to get played under a tree.
When the police used to come and arrest we.
Hey, woman wasn't in the story, only I know nothing.
Unless you was a Janet.
The spirit of rebellion.
The culture of resistance.
The voice and silence.
The voice. It was the drum.
It was the drum.
The drum.
Ancestral memory. The heartbeat of our people. It was the drum.
The drum.
Talking to the spirits. It was the drum.
The drum. The drum that celebrated life. And the drum that spoke of strength and courage. It was the drum. The drum.
The drum that was outlawed.
When the drum was outlawed, we had to find another way to keep the rhythm.
The rhythm of the people. Cut the bamboo, play the bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Cut the bamboo, play the bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Different lengths, different songs. One,
Bamboo, bamboo.
and the greater bottle and spoon.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Cut the bamboo, play the bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Cut the bamboo, play the bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Different lengths, different songs.
Hey,
Bamboo,
bamboo, bamboo.
and the greater bottle and spoon.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Bamboo, bamboo.
I could ask you something. No, I don't want them to hear.
What happened?
I could go down the road.
Down the roadway.
Oh, go down the road.
For what?
To watch them, pa.
Them who? You're not telling me anything. Them who?
Well, Winston Saver come
Whoa,
down
whoa,
the
whoa,
road.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Winston?
That's Winston.
You mean that one who the police always chasing, no?
Oh, gosh, pa.
Because they always tell you this boy is a criminal, a vagabond, a hooligan.
Pa! He sees the future.
Blasted wondrous pan man. But I tell you that panting is not for you. I will tell you about the pan clash.
Yes, pa.
The Tokyo invaders
Yes, pa.
was a bacchanal.
Aha.
50s carnival. Fight for so. With invaders and Tokyo. Tokyo was coming down Park Street. Invaders coming up. You could feel the tension. It was thick. Sweat running down your back. And as soon as they reached Park and St. Vincent, trouble start. Bottle pelting, cutlass swinging, noise, chaos, nay. Miss Vincent was the only refuge.
Let me
Blood on the streets, all
The music ignored. The only song was the cries of those relieved to still be alive. That is why
never be again to jump in a steel van in Port of Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Lord Blackie.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. It was a bacchanal, 1950 carnival. Fight for soul with invaders and Tokyo. My friend went and left his hat when they hit him a baseball bat. Never me again to jump in the steel van in Port of Spain. Hey! Aha! Aha! Bada bada day. Invaders beating sweet, coming up Park Street. Tokyo, coming down beating very slow. My friends, when the two bands clash, Mama, you, if you see cutlass, never me again. To jump in a steel van in Port of Spain. Hey! things was getting hot. If you see man get hot, Lord Blakey running a house by a lady. White on top the lady bed. The belt a bottle of bust my head. Never me again, but I'm in a steel and in pot of Spain.
Invaders of Tokyo, you know.
For real?
Wait, baby, right now, whole song about it, girl.
Was a white sailor.
Serious?
On the balcony there at the Savoy. He dropped the first empty brown bottle and his deadly mass happened. You damn white sailor. You damn white American sailor.
That's true story?
True. And I surely wonder where the cutlasses come from.
But wait now. Why the clash? Why all this fighting for turf and for survival? Listen, you know, I don't condone the violence, but I could understand the pain of a people that society forget.
Yes.
Wanted to forget, wanted to wipe out.
Yes.
To be outcast in your own community. You're never a person, you're just a face, all this constant running from police and beatings and destruction of instruments. Violence was our response to that feeling of helplessness. But at least they see us now, though.
That's right.
We feel our pain.
Yes.
But it couldn't take me where we wanted to go.
True.
We had to get that cloud of violence from over we head.
You know, those who thought themselves just a class above, man, they loved the classical music from outside. And they began to take more notice of the instrument when it began to evolve to play more complex compositions.
Right.
You know, To Be Thanked Forever was actually Taspo. Remember that? Taspo was a band that they formed from all the various warring sides. They bring members together and form a national band.
Yes.
An opportunity came knocking for them in the guise of the 1951 Summer Festival of Britain.
Correct, but Sir Hubert Rance.
Ooh. That is it, darling.
Sir Hubert Rance, the governor, he is the man responsible for bringing Trinidad and Tobago to the festival.
Wait, I can see it now. Getting on board the San Mateo. Look, there, Theo Stevens.
Andrew de la Bastide.
Davidson.
Oman Pasty Haynes.
Hey.
Winston Smith Simon.
Dudley Smith. Eddie Manning.
Sterling Betancourt.
Granville Seeley.
Anthony Williams.
Tony. Bring up something for me, boy. Hey, look. Their success in Paris and London, as they played songs like Mambo Jambo and Toselli's Serenade, man, the critics were unanimous in their praise. I could see the newspaper headlines as it must have been then. Top class virtuoso jazz.
Yes.
But although that spelt a change in direction for how Pan was looked upon, here now, the violence, boy. Violence still pervaded in these communities, the very communities that gave birth to Pan. Why? Because it had no jobs. So the government implemented something called the crash program. And that provided opportunities and jobs for them now.
The father of the nation, Dr. Eric Williams, he had this to say about the first play written about the pan, The Ping Pong, written by historian playwright Errol Hill.
The Ping Pong is a tribute to the ingenuity of our people and the creative instincts latent in them.
Yes.
These are the creators of our Caribbean music.
Yes.
The characters in our Caribbean drama. And the voters of our Caribbean democracy.
Shall overcome. We shall overcome.
But the works and sacrifices of these great men gave way to even more greatness, exemplified by this next composition by Mr. Len Booksy Sharp, entitled In the Rainforest.
bag. Mom to you, girl.
You know, they're always talking about this woman and the bass, woman and the bass. But that woman tuning pan too?
You like that woman conducting band,
Yes.
arranging band, striking band.
And, you know, it's a hand pan man without we, you know.
That's right.
Is we cooking for them.
Correct.
And all the children they making, we minding
That's
them.
right, I'm clothing them too.
Because we making the costume.
That's right.
Yes.
And that is why
We
could
could
make
cause
all
all
the
the
bacchanal
bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the stage our assistant musical director, Mr. Kareem Brown, who will conduct us for our reggae medley.
From the heavens, the tears fall from those who wanted Pan to be accepted. Those who were beaten by police and beaten by the parents because of their love for Pan. Pain washed the faces of those who endured criticism and hatred just because of their love for culture. You know, looking back, it's always easy to see the mistakes and acknowledge them. our shortcomings. We pay tribute to the legends of the Pan movement and their legacy in establishing the culture of Pan and putting Trinidad and Tobago on the musical arena of the world. We say those names with reverence and dignity because here now, the journey was not an easy one. Rise, rise, rise and pay tribute to the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Winston Spree Simon.
Anthony Tony Williams.
Ellie Manet.
Jet Samaru.
Pat Bishop. Clive Bradley.
Rudolph Charles.
Dane Galston.
Ray Holman.
Bertie Marshall.
Lennox Bobby Mohammed.
Michelle Huggins Watts.
Ken the Professor Fillmore.
Len Book Bishop.
Duvon Stewart.
George Goddard. Leon Smooth Edwards.
Robert Greenwich.
Pelham Goddard.
And Earl Rodney. And listen, countless other Pan man and Pan woman. Pan is not just the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. Pan is an instrument that has been appreciated and played throughout the region and the world. We've had so many other nations contribute to our instrumental evolution, our revolution. One such man was a Bajan, Lieutenant Joseph Nathaniel Griffith, a musician who played clarinet and sax. He was actually the director for TASPO, and he pushed Manet and Williams to create pans that had the right orchestral effect. Now look at we in 2025, what? We come to Barbados, we full circle. Listen, we want to pay homage to our sister isles and their contribution to the musical tapestry of the steel pan. Now we have reggae, we have Indian classical, and we have zouk, all played on the steel pan.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kareem Brown. As we continue our musical journey, I would like to invite Dr. Mia Gormany Benjamin back to the stage.
steel pan is more than just a product. It's more than just the only new musical instrument invented in the 20th century. The steel pan represents a story, a journey, a revolution, a people. It was created for us, by us. A little piece of magic uniting us as Caribbean people through every note, tying the world together, regionally, internationally. And listen, we're all Caribbean people, right? So we work hard. And we just party harder. So the pan men and women you all heard about worked very hard. And I feel like that deserves to be celebrated. That steel pan, my steel pan, our steel pan, without a doubt, definitely deserves a party!
Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, entertaining you for the entire evening, our National Steel Symphony Orchestra. I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Kareem Brown, Assistant Musical Director, National Steel Symphony Orchestra. Mr. Marvin Dowridge, Creative Lead at the National Theatre Arts Company. Dr. Mia Gormandy Benjamin at the helm. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Beat of the Caribbean. We invite you to join us on Wednesday, 27th of August at the Freedom Park for Vibes Garden, a whole new performance by the National Performing Entities. And join us at the Grand Market on Friday, 29th August, where we'll showcase our lovely steel orchestra, the Tobago Performing Arts Company, and a host of other artists from Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, Beat of the Caribbean.
Oh God, dirty ways are they bringing in the Barbados?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Do get home safely. And we'll see you on Wednesday at Freedom Park between 4 to 6 p.m. for Vibes Garden.